Tell me, Schatzi, is it true what they say about the way you people are gifted? Oh, it's true. It's true. It's true. It's true.
I don't know no better, so let's blame the weather, 'cause I got no care when I hit my groove. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. Well, my music's rolling, I'm moving to that kick and swing, and I put Zeppelin on.
What shelter did you go to?
It was some Chicago I found. It was like an Instagram adoption agency.
Were you looking for a pit bull specifically?
No. We were looking for a dog that we liked what it looked like. A cute dog.
I said the same thing at the EDM festival.
Exactly.
Looking for a pit bull.
Alrighty, let's start with a fucking stumble. To my right.
At Mitchell Verzi, at Verzi triplets across the board. Utah. We'll be in Utah in August. I think the 12th through the 13th with Willie Mack. We'll be there with Willie Mack.
Oh,
nice.
Willie Mack.
So it'll be a nice big theater, probably, huh?
It's actually a solid little spot in St. George.
Is
It's,
it? He usually does big room. That wasn't being sarcastic for once.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like 200, 250.
Nice.
It's a good spot.
Is he shooting right now?
Yes.
I'll be
We're not
damned.
supposed to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
He
all
meant,
right.
he meant
He
his,
posts about it every day, but
He meant his AR-15.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Is it to catch a predator? What's he filming?
Yeah, hang on. To my left.
Well, this is Luke Allen at Uncle Luke 2 on Instagram, host of Live from the 405 podcast. Free on iTunes and shit.
All right, sweet. And my guest across from me, the one and only, this guy's hilarious, Mr. Handren Seavey. Quit licking my leg, Handren.
I couldn't help it, buddy. I couldn't help it. What's he doing down there? I brought my special friend, Monty, the stand-up dog.
Oh, Monty.
Hey.
By the way, he is on Instagram as well.
Yep, Monty, the stand-up dog. He'll probably get way more popular than I ever get.
That's how it
I
goes with
imagine.
dogs.
It'll be like, people will be like, look, we don't want you on the show, but bring your dog so you can get pictures with all the comics that are on the show. And if you do that, we'll put you on the flyer.
it's a good way to get clout right there.
Yeah.
That's
Hey.
every chick on every dating site, too. It's just, I just really wanted to see pictures of your dog. Didn't want to meet, LOL. Like, that's the original, Crystal. Good. I didn't see that fucking 7 profiles in a row.
Jesus.
I'm not bitter.
Do you have a dog, or is that
I
the
don't.
thing? You don't even have a dog.
I don't, so I can
Yeah.
so I can extra not get laid.
If you had a dog, you'd be like, all I got to do is show a picture of my dog, and these bitches are fucking.
Tell you, I hear it all the time. Go to the dog park and you're crawling in puss.
It really does play a
Yes.
factor, having
Yeah.
a dog.
Can I borrow your dog?
Does it really?
Dude, I've seen this guy.
Yeah, you need an
Before he met
in.
his wife. Dog park.
Yeah, we have a
Really?
kid
You
now.
met her at a dog park?
No.
Did you do any research?
We met on Tinder.
You have a kid.
Did you have photos of your dog on, or a dog on Tinder?
I didn't have a dog. This is the first dog I've ever got as, like, I mean, we got him together, but as, like, an adult that I was part of choosing, where, like, she had a dog that became my dog, but she had her for 4 years before we got together. And
Okay.
then before that, I was engaged. She had a dog, and I grew up with dogs and shit, but this guy's the first one that's ever been, like,
Yours.
part of my adult decision to get a dog.
Who brought the dog?
I'll be damned.
It's a big moment. I mean, probably even bigger than having a kid.
I was
you know?
going to say, honestly, is that like hard? Because I know you're training Monty.
Yeah.
And then to fucking have a kid, too.
Yeah, it wasn't maybe the best decision, but ultimately it will be. It's just fucking been, you know, it's just more work. It's like every time one of us steps away from the baby, you have to go over and make sure he's fucking not getting into shit.
And
See?
the other
Hey.
thing, that you're not a lazy comic, so you do a lot of shit. Like,
Oh yeah, that's
you're
why I
always-
bring him everywhere at night. Hey, let's see if we can sit.
Look at that. He obeys your command. Hang on. Mitchell. Look at me. Joke. See,
I went to an EDM concert and
got him
saw
to do it
Pitbull.
yet.
I'm not trained yet.
So I'm trying to think where I met you originally. Was it...
I don't know if this was the first time, but I remember because I had maybe just moved to LA and had heard you on the church and then met you and Lee at the Comedy Store.
Okay.
I think maybe that might have been the first time. Maybe we met before that somewhere.
Where you from?
Fuck, really?
I grew up in Maine. I started comedy there and then was in Boston for a long time.
Oh, okay.
It's fun. Be loud at all, buddy.
I think I saw you like a couple. I think I saw you like either it was like a year or probably 2 years ago now at lab work. That was the first time I saw you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You did really well.
Thank you.
And,
How was Boston? How was Boston compared to here?
Whiter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it funnier? Because Boston people are like, most of the funniest people are from Boston. A good handful of them.
Yeah, I would say per capita, like it's the same amount. I think there's more funny people here, but then there's like 10,000 not funny people here.
Yeah.
And there it's like there's 270 are funny or something. You know, like the per capita is about the same, but it was really good in one of those like smaller cities like Boston. I mean, Chicago's not even that small, but Chicago, Atlanta were all places where you get a ton of stage time, but it didn't really, like, you weren't being seen by people or anything. Like, you could go there and get good and bomb and shit. And then Boston has a bunch of old school headliners that are all still there that teach you a lot of things. Like, they can kill and stuff, but it also teaches you fucking leave Boston. Don't end up one of those guys.
I hear Rogan and those guys talk about those dudes all the time, especially that
they're
older
still
generation.
there. I opened for a lot of them. They're still fucking there, still doing the same jokes.
Are they still drunks and shit too? Because they're notorious. A lot of those guys are notorious fucking drunk.
No, most
Cokeheads.
of them are sober now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, most of them are
that'll do it.
sober. Like,
They probably wouldn't be alive if they weren't, because those guys were fucking hard drinkers.
oh
Those
yeah,
dudes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dudes like fucking Lenny Clark. Lenny's one of those guys that's still like trying, but he's never had. I mean, I guess for a little while he might have lived out here, but he's been able to have this career where he like was in shows and stuff and did everything that fucking what's his name there, the angry Irish guy.
Bill Burr?
No, the
Different
less
angry.
funny one, Dennis Leary.
Oh.
He's been in all the stuff. Dennis, all of his shows. Lenny was in those and shit. And but he's been able to like just work as a a national comic, but while living in Boston, where a lot of the other guys work as just touring around New England. And maybe do like a cruise ship here.
Wow,
and there.
that still goes on. It's so crazy.
How long have you been doing it?
10 years in August.
Holy
No
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
2011.
Damn it.
And that's when I started in Portland, Maine, and was there for like 2 years. That's like one of those scenes where it's like there was one show when I started there. There was one open mic a week, and you just had to go to New Hampshire and Boston just to fucking get on stage.
Jeez. How far of a drive was that? A couple hours?
Yeah, it was about an hour and a half to Manchester and 2 hours to Boston.
Wow.
For an
fun
open mic.
shows or
Sometimes it was driving for fucking an open mic or two open mics. At first it was fun because it was like, I'm going to Boston and I'm gonna do fucking stand up. And then like after 6 months, I was like, I gotta move here. I can't fucking do this anymore.
Yeah.
I like how a lot of people romanticize it first. It's like, we're going through the grind and we're gonna go drive out there and do it, and then it's like, oh, this fucking sucks.
It wasn't even for me. I mean, it was more romanticized as because I grew up on a fucking farm in a town of 1,000, and it was conquering big cities. Big cities really intimidated me for a long time in my life, and I just never grew. I grew up an hour from Portland, 3 hours from Boston, and it was like Portland was the big city, and it was like big to move there when I was like 18. I couldn't, that was moving to the big city. And so in that way, it was like, I'm not going to be intimidated, because I always thought city people were intimidating. I thought they knew more than me. Turns out it's not. They don't. They know shit about the city, and then I know shit about the woods. And
Who's better off when the shit hits the fan?
in the long
I'm going
run.
with you.
Yeah. Fucking
If I
woods
can.
is a little better. There's also, I met this fucking dude in Westwood the other day, born and raised in LA, but like one of those white dudes who was like probably 65 and was like, I've lived with mother for 35 years and I was born and raised. Oh God, you are fucking annoying.
Sorry. Oh,
No, him, yeah.
I'm just so used to hearing that. It's just a reflex at this point.
No, yeah, so far we're good. Jesus Christ, yeah, he won't let. But he was a guy who was like born and raised in LA, lived there this whole life. And I was like, yeah, I'm from Maine. And then he like told me, he's like, oh, I know this and this and this about Maine. It was all wrong. It was not what Maine is at all. And then you come to realize like he has an opinion on everything. And then when you get into it, he's like never left 9 square blocks in his entire fucking life, but he like thinks he knows everything about it. And you get people like that. And some in LA, a lot in New York. New York people who are like, I was born in this block and grew up in this block, and they've been here my whole life, and they have an opinion about everything, and then you realize like they've never seen any of these things they're fucking talking about.
Yeah, after a while, they won't even leave the borough. Like,
Yeah.
if they live in Brooklyn or whatever.
Those are the people that ruin Facebook, by the way. Old people, like one generation ahead of just your friends' parents that are like, oh, let me tell you something about. Not that I'm never not that guy. I don't do that on Facebook. I do that in real life, but like everyone that got on there and did that is just like, oh my, like my own dad's Facebook. I'm just like, I hate, like, I fucking hate my dad. You want to kill your own father?
My
Rebel,
mom-
Rebel without a cause?
She is on Facebook all the time dealing in Fiesta wear. And she like buys and sells Fiesta wear through Facebook, and then somehow she
What the hell's
ended
Fiesta wear?
up- It's like old like 50s style dishes, like bright colors. Like what do you think of was like this is the dish of the future, like type thing. I don't
Okay.
know. Not
That
dish
sounds
of the,
oddly interesting somehow.
not dish of the future, but if you saw them, you would know Fiesta wear. Like
Right.
you'd recognize
Was
it.
this going to be in Don Draper's kitchen from?
Yeah, that's a sort of thing. But
Hurry up and get dinner ready.
she,
Blood.
dude, it's got some weight to it for sure. As far as like,
okay.
as far
They
as,
built shit to last back then.
yeah. But yeah, she fucking deals with that on Facebook, and then she ended up with a fucking stalker.
Oh man.
With a
really?
stalker through, and I was like, "What are you doing? Why? You are so boring. Why would anybody want to stalk you? You deal in plates on Facebook." And she's like, "I can't." And then so she had to cancel that Facebook and start a new one. She's like, and the stalker is like some old lady her age who just won't leave her alone. Also,
Oh,
but like,
chick.
oh yeah,
Plot twist.
yeah, no, men don't do anything bad. And yeah, it's just one of these things where like my mom will always call me and be like, "Look, I can't. If you get a text from this number, don't reply." And I'm like, "Why is this happening? Like I'm
Wow.
out in the world with fans. This doesn't happen."
Did they
to
ever
me.
show up outside your house or anything?
No.
Okay.
Hey,
That's good.
well, okay. I shouldn't have yelled that into the mic either.
That's all right.
Am I the most
As soon as
annoying
the au-
guest?
as soon as the
Because
audience
I brought
heard
him.
they heard my pit
That'd
bull
be
joke
Brock
and tuned
Walters.
out.
Oh, them fucking puppy teeth.
I know. Yeah, he's a fighter. He's got his knee.
Yeah,
How-
don't let him. Just push him down.
How old's your kid?
Kid is 2 months. He's 3 months.
Fuck.
Yeah. Hey, Monty.
He smells like food on
Give him
there.
that box. Let him play with that blood.
I keep a piece of bacon in
He's
my pocket.
cute.
Monty.
Hi, Monty.
You heard his name. He ran.
I know. See?
He's training. He training to bite Mexicans. He's very smart.
I told Eric the other day I was training him to work the border, so sorry if he nips at you.
Yeah. Well,
That's why he's not coming after me. He knows I'm legal.
I bet I'm more legal than you are, you piece of shit. You're closer
On
to
a
Canada.
day-to-day
I know a
basis,
couple
I'd
things
bet
about
so.
you that aren't so legal.
Oh, look at this. You got treats and everything.
I come prepared, yeah.
I'll be damned. So, fucking A, it's funny because I don't remember you until like I saw you crush at one of the house mic. It was literally the pandemic that was like, fuck, this guy's hilarious.
No, that's when we like became friends. That's when
Yeah.
we started to know each other. Yeah,
I
for
was
sure.
like, Jesus Christ, you were really funny, and then you had the stroke and it just stopped. Then you had a family and you just
No, I'd say fucking, if anything, I mean, it's made it harder to work, but I still get out quite a bit. But it has made me fucking not give a fuck way more having a kid and a
Yeah.
family and stuff. Because then you realize, like, I care about these people. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks about me
Yeah.
other than these 3 people.
Well,
That's an
it's
interesting
cool
take.
because you come to work. Like that's the interesting thing. You are one of the few comics that doesn't dilly dally with an introduction, or you come down, you sit, and you're like, you know, the weird thing of, and you just go right into it.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that what you're fucking supposed to do?
I
Isn't
I
it?
can't,
especially
do
at
it
open
yet.
mics.
I dilly. It's just
I like to talk about my journey. That's what I usually talk about. My experience as a trans woman in the comedy community.
Christ.
I was gonna say, how come he's so
Put
loud?
that
on
thing
that?
in your fucking
sorry.
mouth.
It's those Italian fucking pipes in his throat.
Good God.
La,
Yeah,
la, la,
I got
la,
you
la,
headphones
la.
so you could hear how loud you were.
Well,
So you could hear how funny you
they get
weren't.
sweaty.
God damn it.
That was the other
Mitchell.
fun thing too about you is we were hanging out one time. It was you, me, Willie Simon, a bunch of people, and I mean it was just a fucking royal rumble of just being mean to each other.
Oh yeah, I love people who are cool with that because it's like then you go, okay, now we can be comfortable, and if I just think of something out of nowhere, I'm just gonna say it, and I know we're all gonna laugh, and I fucking respect that more than anything. People who, hey, look, I lived in Silver Lake for a long time.
That's why I couldn't believe these guys, like, when we met them, because me and him were like that, the Verzies, and then, like, I thought they were, like everyone else, thought they were from, like, Jersey or the East Coast, because, like, the fucking night we met, we just immediately all just started ripping on each other and being fucking nasty.
Well,
But
it
it's
was
like,
after we saw their act, and we were like,
we couldn't hold it in.
Boy, this is...
Yeah.
And where are you guys from?
Simi Valley, like 30 minutes away.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, no one that, and like just their attitude, but like a lot of other LA comics are like they get their feelings hurt if you fucking make fun of them
Well,
and shit. It's like
When we started doing it, we were working construction for our dad, and then at night we would do stand-up.
Yeah.
So we just, like... didn't
you were
give a
better
shit.
at the first one, but try. Come on.
We suck at both
At
of them.
night you went out and constructed jokes. Am I right, guys?
So you just keep going.
Right. I mean, they really nailed it when they got on stage. It was great. No one was bored. B-O-A-R-D. I'm running out of construction puns.
Thank God.
Somebody help me.
Shit.
Come on, jump on board. It'll
You
be
know the
fun.
joke's good when you have to literally spell it out.
It'll be like a Reddit thread.
It derails everything. Like,
Usually he digs out of it, but he didn't dig
yeah,
out of
you
it.
haven't been able to dig
Well,
out of
I'm
them
keeping
lately.
a fucking conversation going while you queue up another question. Ask him something else.
I can't because the fucking...
Ask him why he looks so good in that hat. He's got an Adebisi from Oz hat. And certain people's heads are perfect for those hats, and you got one.
I have a great
You're a
dome.
lucky bastard.
Hey,
He's got hat head. It's a well-shaped skull.
it fits a hat. I wear hats very well. I've always worn hats. Also, it helps that I lose my hair going bald. But I fucking I look good. Shaved head. Like I have a
yeah,
fucking.
you got a good shaped head.
Yeah, I'm
That's
lucky,
solid.
lucky in that way, and but I've
You're a
always felt
good-looking guy.
comfortable.
You are. You've got, like...
Now
this
we're getting to why I'm on the
Heath
show.
Ledger thing.
Like I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
with my daughters too.
Like, I want to give you fentanyl until you fucking don't blink anymore. You just...
Easy, Mary Kate.
Yeah, I was telling him.
That's the most derogatory thing I've ever been called outside of fag. Easy, Mary Kate. You know what's weird? I actually saw them push his body out of his building.
Heath?
Yeah, I was in New York. No, fucking Handren.
No, Bank Ledger, his brother. Thank you. Off Mike Verzi laugh. I'll take it.
So I remember that he had my ex had texted me. He's like, Heath Ledger just died, and
you're like, I'll be right
where?
over.
Yeah, I was like, babe, where? So I was in Chelsea at the time, and that was where he was, and I was like, I'm not that fucking far from where they said this guy croaked. So I fucking looked, and they had like that shit blocked off, and they like pulled out a gurney, and I was like, "That's him. That's Heath."
Yeah.
Damn, really?
Yeah,
That's
it
pretty
was
crazy.
fucking
Did you
crazy.
see like his hand or anything? Drape all-
No, I wanted to. I fucking. His hand, yeah, exactly.
You do a bunch of marbles on the sidewalk so they slip. Like, I want to see part of them.
He had a fucking Joker playing card in his hand.
I was gonna
Did
say
a
you should
laugh
have yelled
track?
out, "We love you, Batman!" Hey, chill out.
I
Chill
loved
out.
you in Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
It's over, baby.
I'm surprised they released the information and then it took them that long to like get him out of there.
All I remember is my ex calling me and he's like, something's going on. And I was like, he was a huge Brokeback Mountain fan.
Of course.
And I was just kind of into. I was more into the Brokeback. but no, like it was, I hated that fucking movie. By the way, they've gotten more. They've gotten more. How can I say, heavy-handed with the gay movies now.
Oh yeah. Well, one, it's like it wasn't funny, and I know anything about hanging out with gay people, is they're fucking funny, and nobody there was wise ass cracking jokes. Like it was all just like, oh, I'm fucking loving it. That's not what gay dudes fucking say.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing that bugged the fuck out of me was they're in the tent and they start fighting. Lots of fighting, lots of fucking. Like they start fighting and then all of a sudden they start fucking. And the way that they do it is he's like, and they start ripping each other's clothes off. And all he does is he just goes, and then next thing you know, it's wham
in there. Yeah,
and I was like, okay, no fucking way. Like
no
maybe
guide
in
hand.
Prison, it's that fuck. Like, yeah, like I was waiting for that. Oh, that Oz intro where like they started. But yeah, I was like, this is so fucking.
That sounds like most of the encounters you tell me about. Don't they get right to it?
No, I don't fucking spit in my hand and be like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you.
So that was the problem, was the spit in the hand?
Yeah, well, yeah, dude, you're taking it up the ass. That doesn't fucking.
Oh, I thought he spit and started like jerking him off.
No.
He spit in his hand and stuck his cock in.
He spit and then he ran.
I didn't. I came before
just
that.
Jam it in there. It's Roller Girl.
Yeah, fucking. What is this? What is that? The girl with the dragon tattoo? And he just. That one, honestly, and I mean, the rape scene is brutal, but then when she gets him back, and did you guys ever see that movie? And
I saw that part.
Drop kicks the butt plug into his ass, fucking no lube, and you're just like, oh, God.
This is in Brokeback Mountain?
No, the girl
You just
with
said
the
girl with the dragon tattoo.
Oh, I thought. Okay, sorry. No, I'm sorry.
But yeah,
Wow,
no,
that
I
doesn't sound
agree.
pleasant.
What I think maybe, and this would be like a deep thing, and we'd have to find out if the movie was written by like a real gay.
Let's find out.
Yeah, there are real gays and not like people
I
who
think
are like.
it was probably.
I came out and I've been with the same guy ever since. I'm like, that's
It's by that Scottish guy. It was Ang Lee, and that same guy writes all of his movies.
You haven't
Seamus
even
McGarvey?
had a train ran on you.
yeah, like what?
So the original author was Annie Perot, who's like some old bag.
She just had a bunch of gay friends.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Did Seamus McGarvey adapt it? Or was that a
yeah.
cinematographer? I forget. He works on.
That's why it was romantic. A fucking woman wrote it.
Yep.
That wouldn't. Yeah, that. Mm-mm.
Yeah, but what do women know about gay? They sure don't know nothing about crime. You can tell when a woman wrote a crime movie or a movie about guys trying to be badasses, and a woman wrote because it's just off a little bit.
Here's the real story about that. If it was written by a real gay guy who had gone through that experience.
By the way, you could say gay because you're if it was written by a real gay guy.
I can't say it because I don't believe in it. So I just kind of try and pass over it as quickly as possible.
That's why that pit bull keeps. You know what? When hang on really quick, we're sitting there and his dog fucking bit me, and I go, "Hey, you little fucker." And I looked at him, he looked at me, and I looked at Handren like, your dog. And Handren looks at me and he goes, get him, boy, get him.
But no, this would be the real story of Brokeback would be they fuck, and then Jake Gyllenhaal shows up at his house, and he kills him. He beats him to death for showing up at his house and letting his wife know. And he buries him back where they fucked. He rides the horse back up with the body. Buries it there. Nobody cares about Jake because everybody knew he was gay, and so nobody cares about him. And he gets away with it with this gay guy attacked me at my home, and that's the real story. And then he just has to live with that for the rest of his life, that he is gay and he killed his lover.
I like that one better.
Tell Annie that story.
That's a lot more entertaining.
Wait. Annie wrote Brokeback Mountain. It was Ang Lee, wasn't it?
It's not going to
So
hurt Annie.
He might have directed it.
She wrote the original.
I'll bet it was Seamus McGarvey.
She wrote the short story it's based off.
Who wrote the movie?
Hold on.
Fucking kill you.
Anyways,
Fucking guy. Go to IMDb.
Larry McMurdy and
Fuck him.
Diana Osana.
I'll tell you, like you're right, because some of the perviest shit that I've ever seen. I told you guys about that bar, the Cock, right? We've talked about that on the
Cock?
show.
No, not the Cock.
No,
Never heard of that one. Here in LA?
Yeah,
It's literally called the Cock.
Yeah,
That's not very creative.
It's in New York.
I
So
was going to say.
this was.
Did you live in New York, or were you just?
Yeah, I lived there for like 4 years.
Oh no shit.
By the way,
So-
sorry, this is the only fucking movie this girl wrote. Was this?
Maybe she died after.
All right, I'm done.
Sorry,
with-
okay.
Yeah. So So I had just broken up with my ex, or now my ex at the time, and my buddy was like, okay, let me take you out, because I was like all fucking sad, and I'm pretty sure he was going to go get fucked that night, whatever. So he takes me out to this bar, we have a few drinks, and then he slides me $20, and he's like, either go get a 6-pack of beer and get fucked up, and then like just train home or wherever the fuck you want to do. He goes, or what you can do is you can take that $20 and you can go to that bar with the neon red rooster on it.
Nice.
And I was like, what's that bar? And he goes, that's the Cock. And I go, what's the deal with the Cock? And he goes, just, you'll have to find out. He goes, if you want to get laid though, go in that fucking club. And he goes, if I were you, go to the club, get laid, forget about this guy. So I was like, I had the 20th.
Wow, it's like
it was
Mr.
one of those
Destiny.
stupid things where it was like fucking liquor store right there, and then the neon Cock, and I was like, fuck it. So go to the Cock, pay $20. The cover was $20, and it was the skeeziest fucking gay bar I've ever known in
You
existence.
slipped and cum right when you walked in. Oh!
It wasn't that far. You walk in, and there's a wall of cocksuckers. And I don't mean the Joey Diaz nomenclature, like, hey, cocksucker.
Yeah.
I mean, there's guys that are sitting there, and their whole thing is to just blow whatever's in front of them. And I remember I was like, holy fuck. There was some guy there that was like 21, 22, and he looked at me, and he had like those weird contacts in his eyes that like...
James Demon contacts?
It was kind of like that, but like you could see them in neon, like, because they had neon lights everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And then he went like... He did that with his mouth, and he had like a glow stick in his mouth. And then he would suck it, and everybody would kind of watch him because he would work this guy's cock with a fucking glow stick in his mouth. And it was like, oh my God. And you look.
Do you think that helped the blowjob?
It was all show. It was presentation.
Pageantry.
That would help me. That's kind of fun. Different.
It's a story.
It's like a Joel Schumacher character in fucking Batman Forever.
It was like the set of Batman Forever.
Nice.
Not bullshit. So that
but
was.
less gay.
So you had that, and then what was so weird about it was I was like, holy fuck, okay. So I had to go pee, so I went to the bathroom, and I go to the bathroom, and there's a urinal, there's a shitter, and then there's another stall that's got a leather curtain on it. And I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, boy.
So
You haven't realized at this point that instinct into you to go, hey, let me look at this other thing, has already led you into the place where you agree you didn't want to be.
well,
You ever see Bruce Willis with a sword coming behind you? Fuck.
I was too like I was fascinated.
Yeah,
I was like,
you gotta
holy
see what's
shit,
behind
I
there.
gotta see this. So
Of course.
I hear this like weird kind of like
Oh,
this, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I kind of creep up to the curtain to see if I could hear like, and I hear this little and then I hear another and I peek into the curtain. I put my 2 fingers in the curtain. I peek in, and about a foot away from me is another face that looks right at me, and I'm like, ah! And I was like, holy shit! And there were 3 people in that stall, and I was like, holy fuck! And yeah, they were fucking, and I was like, oh my God. Like, one guy was sitting down, and I think he was just jerking off. Another guy is getting banged. The guy that was facing me was getting banged by the guy in the middle. And it was just like, huh, and I like closed the curtain right away. And I ran out of the bathroom. I was like, okay, Jesus Christ, like, this is insane. Go downstairs, and then I'll wrap this up. But
We'll leave you with
downstairs,
this.
No, I'm almost there. Keep going.
downstairs, it's totally downstairs.
Okay,
it's-
one. If I just thought this is what I would say. I'd be so nervous in that situation. Like, say you were like, "Hey, come with me in here." I would probably be like, "Yeah, fucking check that shit out." But I would want to go with an ambassador. I wouldn't want to just walk in free. But that guy, if he just popped up and surprised me, I would just think the funniest thing would just be to go, "Oh, are you gay?" In the deep bowels of a gay club.
the belly of hell.
The guy was like blinking Morse code, help me, help.
Oh, fuck.
That was like one time we
Monty.
used to go to a strip club. I grew up in Buffalo, like right near the Canadian border, and there was tons of strip clubs like right over. But like there was like a couple, like I don't know, they got the ones right in Niagara Falls right over the border were like upscale, like where they just fucking smoking hot chicks and like really nice inside. But like when we started like going further up like inland and shit, they just got like sleazier and sleazier. And there's one we went in and like the chicks weren't that hot and like, but they had TV screens with porn playing all over the place. Like the strippers and the porn, I don't know, all of us like as horny as we were, like 19 and like, I don't know. After like 10 minutes, we're all just like, let's get out of here. It was just like too much fucking filth for us to handle.
Yeah.
Even at that age, I was like, and we were like, that was weird. Like, I don't know why that wouldn't. You would think in your mind, you'd be like, that sounds fucking awesome. And then you get under there and you're like, I can't. This is just too much pussy.
5 years later, there was a comic that was joking about that bar that I'd gone to. They were like, "You guys don't know about this place. They've got like a downstairs area where they'll just turn the lights off every 15 minutes and people will fuck."
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh, the Cock." And he's like, "You know about the Cock?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's really close to the cellar." And he was like, "Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's got that red rooster." And I was like, "What are you doing there?" Because he wasn't gay. And he's like, "Oh, I just went to check it out." And I was like, "Why the fuck would you do that? Like, I'm gay and I went to just check it out."
Is that the face you saw behind the curtain?
It was so, I know, right?
Dave Attell, just what?
It's where I like to write.
How do you think I come up with the midget jokes?
They had, oh, there you are, you little shit. I don't, yeah, so you lived in Boston? I mean, did you ever live in the city, New York?
No, I would go down to New York all the time when I was in Boston. I would go down maybe like twice a month or so to do shows. But, hey, Monty. Motherfucker. I knew I shouldn't have got a mixed dog. Just joking.
I'm going to edit wife into that.
She's Jewish. But I couldn't live in New York.
No?
Yeah, I think it's one where I grew up. I grew up in like the middle of nowhere. The city is just too on top of you there.
Yeah.
And fucking, I don't like the tall building. I like the spread outness of LA, and also I like doing shit in the mountains or like surfing, ocean.
You
stuff,
really
so.
do like that shit, huh?
Oh yeah. I was gonna be a pro skier. That was my first dream in life. Damn. So I grew up skiing and skateboarding and doing all that shit.
Yeah, New York. I'm good for like 3 days in New York, and then I got to get the fuck out. It just, it feels like the walls are closing in on me.
Yeah.
It's too, and the subway, I hate the subways and shit.
I
It's
loved
too
it.
much like.
I actually don't mind the subway because I grew up without public transportation. So anytime there's
right?
a chance not to drive, I fucking love that.
It's fucking fantastic. The only thing I didn't like about it was if you would get too fucked up, like, people are always like, "Oh, you don't have to drive home," and I'm like, "Yeah, but you have to sit there
still gotta have
forever."
your wits about
trains
you.
don't run.
Fucking wait, like.
Yeah.
I remember some guy swinging a cane at me because like we were both too fucked up, and then I took his cane and threw it in the subway. Take that, you homeless fuck! I was mean.
I feel like I definitely, if I got drunk and went on the subway, I would have definitely gotten into a fight. Just because
With I would have
probably,
fucking
yeah.
thrown you in front of the subway. Right, more.
The only time you'd see that
Get
in
off my
Boston
train.
a lot was after like Red Sox games and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like the green line or the red line would be fucking packed with people going home. That's the only time it's crazy for me. Otherwise, I try to avoid fucking confrontation as much as possible.
Yeah.
Can you fight? You look like you can handle yourself.
I hit a teen once.
This is like a week ago.
No, maybe 5 years ago in Boston. Hey, hang on. Drop it.
Dog's going crazy. Do you have a real tug
I'm
of
about to
war?
hit a fucking 3-month-old right here. Hey, drop it. Watch this. Dog training 101.
He looks like the
Drop
dog that
it.
he did tag around with the little rascals
Yeah.
kind of thing.
What the fuck was that dog's name?
I don't know, but he looks like him.
Petey.
Petey, yeah.
Was it Petey? Wasn't
Did
sure
he have
if
a
it was
circle
that
over
or
his
Spot.
eye? I don't know.
Yeah, he had just the patch on his eye.
Yeah.
No, so I was coming out of club in Boston, or it was in Cambridge. What the fuck was that? Cantab Lounge at like 2 a.m. with my wife. And we walked across Mass Ave and then down this side street, and there was this group of teens there. And one was like on a bike, and he was doing some fucking tight, figure eights, and they yelled, they said, do you have a paper that we can have, like a rolling paper? And I was actively rolling a spliff at the time, and I said, no. And I kept walking, and then I heard one of them yell, like, oh, fuck you, man. And then bike guy broke formation, and I could feel just coming up behind me. And when he got close enough, I didn't say anything to my wife. I just turned around and fucking punched him off in the chest off his bike.
Nice.
And it wasn't until then I realized, he might have been 14. But
Maybe
he
you straightened him out. You never
Fuck
know.
him, though.
Oh yeah.
and then we just they started yelling at me, and his friends were kind of getting up, but they're also like, dude, he just hit you unprompted. We're not going at this guy. And
no, I get that.
and that was it. It was
though.
just don't ride up on somebody at 2 a.m.
No, I'm siding for the kid. That's bullshit. Fuck you, right? Yeah, you're rolling papers, you fuck.
That's how it goes. Sometimes you got to fucking check a kid.
I think you're in the right, dude. If you're gonna be a dick like that,
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
establish
you
your
gotta
dominance right away.
Rules of engagement. You don't fucking yell at somebody, or you don't ride up on somebody that just fucking got threatened or in any type of confrontation.
well, and you were with your wife too, so it's that's more fun.
And 2
When-
in the morning too. Don't just go yell at somebody and then ride real close to them at 2 in the morning and not expect them, if they're the type of person that's going to lash out, to fucking lash out at you.
God damn. See, when you Verzies fight, after you guys get all fucking crazy, I don't come rubbing up on you right after because I know you'd be mad. I wait till you're asleep.
Have you guys ever all fought somebody and he was just like, man, it was there was 3 of them?
No, we were actually pretty fucking. We should have, dude. I feel like we had 8 cousins at our school, so I feel like if anybody fucked with one of us, they literally got the whole posse. So no one really fucked with us.
God.
Yeah.
I would have set you up for a bomb in the house.
We're getting all the Verzies.
a Godfather style baptism murder.
Sunny on the Causeway.
It'd be like a fucking 10-minute long sequence. A lot of bullets.
Come on in, you fucking pussy Verzies. All of you. You're not even from Jersey. It's
No,
Simi
no.
Valley.
Yeah.
All you Simi fucks. And then just let you all walk in like the fucking SWAT team and the professional.
Yeah.
That I little fucking Acme TNT box right there. Once I see the last the fattest Verzi waddle inside to kick some ass, I just push down and then bam, no more gong show.
Oh, I mean, come on. Now we just bomb on stage, so let's save for that.
Yeah, how's that going? You guys are doing stand-up. You're back on the old boards, guys.
We did Phoenix this weekend. It was actually better than I thought.
How many people were there?
It was like a little black box theater. It had it can only fit about 60.
I'm glad you added box theater.
Because
At first you just said little black spot.
Oh, little black.
Little black spot. Play jazz there.
Yeah.
Sold rum under the table.
Yeah.
Had about 35 people that showed up. It was like a legit thunder and dust storm. That was and the McGregor fight was on, so it was
They came just to see you, or was it like a...
I think it was just like a general show.
They came in to get out of the rain.
Yeah, honestly, that might have been what it was.
God damn it.
But not as bad as I thought it would be. I thought we were going to fucking tank. Thankfully, we did 30 minutes, not 45.
The audience was tankful when you were done.
Dude, there were some...
Damn it, I had something there for a second.
Tell you what, next time write it out. I'll look it over and I'll let you know.
Son
Don't
of a
say
bitch.
it.
Fuck! I reached for the sky. I flew too close to the sun and my wax wings melted. How long did you do? 45 minutes?
30.
30.
We were supposed to do an early show, but it's like a half improv theater, half stand-up.
But because there was a black spot, you went up late.
Yeah, it was a black... Dude, in the show before...
You wrote that down. I told him to say it again.
I passed it over to him. He gave me a nod.
Was this
I
RJ's or something like that? That's
it's called Improv Mania. There is a
Oh,
spot...
Improv Mania. Yeah, I've
there's
heard
a
of that
spot
too.
out there.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to do a 7 o'clock and a 9 o'clock, and the 7 o'clock got booked by all mentally disabled
Capable.
people.
Oh, the other way.
Yeah. they were like, hey,
And you missed that one?
Wait. Booked by all, like, accidentally?
no, on purpose. It's
40 of them.
It's a group.
They didn't even mean to.
It's a group that comes and they
You
always.
sure you were on the right show?
With all of them.
Yeah. I think that just was your early show.
That's our audience, I guess.
Yeah, you do have that Sean Penn, I Am Sam haircut going on.
There wasn't a penny left on the floor.
But wait, they were doing stand up or they were doing?
Yeah, definitely stand up. Yeah. He did a joke that was shit and he went, yeah, very bad, very bad, very bad.
There was always little buses out here.
Let me tell you something, though. These bathrooms were so spacious.
Somebody ate all the toilet paper, but
Toilet paper sandwiches at the
Yeah.
concession stand.
don't ask what the mustard was. I'm only funny when I'm cruel. Go ahead, Al.
Well, so they were like, hey, you guys can either do.
Well, they weren't like, hey.
I knew we weren't getting past.
Settle in, everybody.
I can see Handren's wheels turning. He's got one brewing. I know it.
So they were like, hey. And then what they say?
Well, so the guy that owns the place, he's like, hey, our improv troupe is going to do an hour beforehand, and then you guys can do your stand-up afterwards in front of the mentally handicapped audience that just saw an hour in improv. And
We're
like, no, thank you. So we just did the 9 o'clock instead. But apparently there was a marriage proposal between a couple of the handicaps
Oh boy.
in that show.
Can I imagine what the ring was?
I've never thought
The
of
square shape. It's all this blood on the floor from. Sorry.
The ring was definitely problematic.
I was say it was a shower curtain. Have you seen how big their fucking hands are?
I was gonna say it was a ring pop, and she's not allowed anything
Yeah.
that she could choke on.
It did go in her mouth.
It was on her hand first, but by the end of the night, it was in her hair. her face is all sticky.
Boy, what a fucking. This is like the end of Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, where he sees the cemetery and he's running through, just like that sweeping music playing of just retard jokes, just the whole fucking cemetery.
She said, I do.
I've never thought of handicap as a derogatory term until you said the handicap.
What?
There's one of the handicaps. Like
I said there was a.
I can tell you, like, start pointing them out.
Did I say the handicap?
Yeah, I think you said something. Like,
That's
you
how
said
I take
where
it.
one of the handicaps asked the other one.
Trying to be polite.
It's a tough world we're living in.
Tough world, yeah.
Were they a young couple or were they older?
I think they were old.
All under 10.
Reading levels, or what do you mean?
Oh boy. Well, I enjoyed doing this podcast while it lasted. It was.
Dude, I had a thought the other day. Because I still, like, even with some of the shit I say sometimes, I want, like, everybody I know to like me. Like, everybody I know in person, or I see in person, I have a thing where I don't want you to be mad at me. And I was going to post this joke. It was like a riff I had made at an outdoor show about there was a mole in the ground that kept popping up and then going back in, and nobody had noticed it. And I was like, oh, it's like a East Side comic seeing if they should come back to live shows yet. and it got a laugh, and I was like, oh, that'd be a good little riff to post. And then I was like, oh, but I know some of those East Side people, and whatever. They were afraid. That's fine. They can do what they do. Like, I don't want them to be mad at me. And then I realized the clip that I posted right before that was about hitting women, and I was like, they probably don't like me anyway. They're probably already against me. Hey.
You talked yourself into being an asshole again. You're like, oh, well, yeah, I've been an asshole. Yeah.
Post.
The cat's already out of the bag. What am I fucking running for?
Hey.
Oh, shit.
Come on.
That's...
How do you feel about that? You're in that weird position of a gay guy, so they technically have to let you say whatever you want, but, like, you're not, like, one of those type of, like, social justice warrior comics.
I had a weird interaction this week. I did a open mic in West Hollywood, and all I did was I shit on West Hollywood, and I didn't like.
Usually they love that.
Yeah. They have to pay extra for.
Yeah, you're like, I have gotten many grinder matches that wanted this exact thing.
So I mean,
they're all German.
So, I like that aspect.
And by German, you mean they have AIDS? They're German.
That's the code word. Don't let everyone know. It's a secret.
I just meant because they're out here and they got germs. They're German. Go on. What is this gay shit you're talking about?
Is this a mic open to everybody, or is it a gay only mic?
No, it was open to everybody, but it was outside. So
was it behind a pizza place?
No,
okay.
It was at a park. It was outside,
okay. Yeah,
but the thing of it was they, like, I said Black Trans Lives Matter, and I didn't even get to the joke yet, and they I could see them kind of like flinch and be like, oh shit, like let me look around, like is this okay? It's okay, and I fucking hate that shit so much. Where I'm don't do a fucking mic outside if you're not going to let me say whatever the fuck I want to say, or tell me that, hey, you know what, it's probably not your kind of mic, because I could just feel them cringing at like what I wanted to say, and I even like toned it down a little bit, but I was like, you know what, fuck this, I don't care, like I have nothing to gain from being friends with any of you people here. Like,
oh yeah, that's part of it is like. Is what made me not care about is that anybody who knows, like, I treat people nice and talk to people as real people, as a person. If you want to talk to me, what I say on stage, you're like, don't. My idea is, and I've gotten more and more to this. I want you to know almost nothing about me based on what you see on stage. I want you to be so confused about, like, I really don't know what side he stands on.
That's the fun of it.
That is so fun. It is so fun to get people on your side and then push them away, and then get other people on your side and then push them away. Like, these people that are like, I have to 100% stand behind everything I say in jokes, not as like real things, as I have to stand behind this joke. And like,
exactly. And the fun part about it for me was I had told them, I said, you West Hollywood gays are pretty pretentious, especially when you compare yourselves to us Valley gays. And I go, you guys are like the sister that married rich, and then you just act like a bitch at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And they all started laughing at that. And I was like, so Black Trans Lives Matter, and immediately they just pulled away.
You know
and
why?
I was like, good.
They're afraid of black people.
Exactly, though. You know what, though? Here's the thing, like, and it really did happen. We were in line at Rocco's on Pride, and Black Trans Lives Matter shut down a street, and then they asked
all four of them?
Everybody. No, it was just one fucking. Dude, no, they leveled up. It was insane.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, holy fuck! You got to remember, this is Pride. Like, this is.
Yeah.
This is
Pride
World Series,
in except for like maybe San Francisco, in like the Pride of Pride places.
Absolutely. So they asked for money for everybody standing in line at Rocco's, and it was mostly white people, and so they fucking gave money. They gave all kinds of money. They collected a good amount, and then they walked back to their station, and then they just shit on white people.
Yeah.
And it made me laugh so fucking hard. I was like, that serves every one of you motherfuckers right. And I looked at my buddy and I was like, I fucking love it. I go, I was never fucking... I didn't think too much of that movement just based on the shit that they were saying and doing to like some of the white friends that I had that have like marched. And I was just like, now I think it's fucking hilarious. If you're going to give to somebody off the street without checking out exactly what they're for, what they stand for, all that other shit, then it serves you right. You take your fucking medicine. And it just made me like, because they didn't take any money from me. Like, they didn't even ask. And I was like, I wonder why they didn't ask any for. And then it was funny because my one other Mexican friend was like, dude, they didn't ask me either. It's because we're Mexican.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And
I was like...
Yeah. They're like, let's go cash in on this white guilt at a fried chicken place. A black person walks up and you go to fried chicken place. You go, well, how much to stop talking? Like, that's all. And on top of that, there were trans people. So they were like, I don't know what to say here.
This was Rocco's in West Hollywood, the bar. Like, I love
They
that
have the
bar.
best chicken Caesar wrap I've ever had.
I thought you were saying Rocco's chicken and
not
waffles.
Roscoe's.
Not Roscoe. Oh, okay, that's what I was picturing.
Yeah,
Out of Roscoe.
I know. That's where you were going. Yeah.
I thought you were just making a
Sick
black
fuck.
joke. Yeah.
No, but it made me laugh because I was like, yeah, this is what it's all about. Like, give money and then be shit on for giving money.
Yeah.
And it was so fucking funny.
But
I could not stop laughing.
But I think that's more the fault of the guys giving money. Like, they mean well, but it's like, dude, there's so many people that just keel over to their white guilt that they'll just give
that's what I'm saying,
everything
though,
away.
is that's why I said it serves you right.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
I have no white guilt.
I don't either.
Because I'm 36. I'm not successful. White has barely... This is all white has helped me, is I don't have a lot of traffic tickets. That is all being white has helped me for the most part.
You ride your bike a lot, right?
That's a big part of it. So where I said about the part about not being successful, and also I lived in Maine until I was 30, and you can say that yes, if you're a black person going to rural Maine, you're gonna stick out. Maybe you get pulled over. Like people might and maybe in subtle ways absolutely will be racist to you. But when you grow up in a town of 1,000 and everybody is white, it's not white privilege. It's class privilege. It's fucking the people who have money have more privilege than the poor people. It's like a weird it's like Norway, the country. Like it's not. It's like there's different inequalities here, but it doesn't align with race. And so when you grow up like that for so long, and then you come into this world, I don't know. It's just weird.
It annoys me in a sense of it's just more people. It's gay people trying to tell me how I should be gay. Yeah. That is it, and that is what I'm convinced of at the beginning and the end of all of this shit. Is it's just like, okay, so what kind of gay? Like, I've been told I was straight presenting, and they were like,
the fact that they added
presenting
is not straight at all.
Well, it annoyed the shit out of me because it's just like, no, I remember going to West Hollywood and I had a Led Zeppelin shirt on and I got made fun of. They were like, I was like, yeah, I don't go to gay shit a lot. Sorry. I'm kind of out now. And I remember
I just enjoy the band where you can see their dick through their jeans. That's all I like. Sorry, I'm not gay. Enough for you guys.
I know the concert, the Madison Square Garden concert too, that you're referring to.
Does anybody remember Laughter?
But that was the thing though. I remember I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm just trying to kind of find my way. And one of the cattiest fucking gay men were like, oh, trust me, we can tell by the way you dress. And then all of them at the table like, and I remember I was like, are all of you guys cunts like this? And then I was like, whoa, okay. So it was really nice meeting you. And they said it just like that. And I was like, ugh. All right, you motherfuckers. So the most shit I've ever gotten were like unwelcome for being gay was from fucking gay people.
Yeah.
So that's
they can be
always
judgmental.
been.
Here's a weird thing too that nobody really, as far as people who like put like all gay people on the side of wokeness. It's like if you're gay, you have to be in our line. They don't want to admit to is that if the Republican Party gave up on anti-gay shit, every gay man in West Hollywood would vote Republican.
Yep.
100%. Maybe 98%.
You would get
because
a
they
lot.
have money.
Yep.
They don't give a shit about women's rights.
No.
They do not fucking care. And a lot of them like guns, and they like
Yeah.
money, and they
Yeah.
like not paying
There's
taxes.
a lot of gay.
yeah,
there's
I
a lot
mean-
of gay Republican voters.
I would say there was a
Yeah.
lot, especially this past year. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, the fiscally conservative are. I hate to say it, but yeah, they're good with money. They know how to keep money,
Gays are the new
especially
Jews.
in
They've
that
been saying it forever.
neighborhood.
Yeah, they don't have kids. They don't
Yeah.
fucking...
Dude, Trump comes out dancing to YMCA. You know they're fucking voting for him. It's just that's the fucking gayest song with the gayest band in history.
That's like
I think
fucking-
actually if
I
you
don't get
just got a properly tailored suit, they would vote for him. Just fucking walking around like a...
They are probably
monkey.
tailored. He's just shaped like the Grimace from fucking McDonald's. You know, it's like a uniform.
But that's the thing that bothers me about them though is that they talk out of both sides of their mouth, and it's just like
Oh, absolutely.
I can't fucking stand that. And the other thing is they can't take a joke like they used to be able to. And I don't mean gays, I mean West Hollywood.
Yeah.
Because I have friends in the valley like Bear Bars and like other gay bars outside of West Hollywood, and they are fucking awesome. It's like I laugh because we had Valley Pride and fucking almost nobody came to it. It was like it was just normal Valley gays that you saw every day, and I brought that up at the mic. I was like, I go, boy, you guys really want to support us? How about you come to our Valley Pride? I go, the only people that came were the God Hates Fags people. I go, they felt bad. They started clapping for the bands. Oh, boy, we really got to fucking investigate.
That's the
who
Valley
we're-
period.
When
We
there's
just
more
shit on the whole city.
protesters
Exactly.
than there are
The gays,
people.
the hipsters, everybody.
And that
Fuck the
was,
Valley.
but that's the kind of shit that I like to joke about. And saying that at this mic, I definitely felt them like pull away. And I'm at the point in my whatever comedy now that I don't give a fuck. To me,
give a fuck.
that's actually a lot more fun because I can tell that story to a group of comics that I'm like, oh yeah, they hated the fucking gay shit that I was spewing out, and they just, but they can't do anything because under their umbrella of like we support everyone is that no, you can't kick me out. Like,
And also there is a bit of like, I mean, it's akin to, you want to get laughter. Ultimately, you want people to laugh. That's what you find best. But when you go like, oh, this guy over here, watch this. I can say 4 words and get him so pissed. And I don't even care. I don't even care if he's mad or not. I'm not in this fight, but he's going to want to fight me if I just go up and go like, black trans life.
and it is so. I mean, but it goes back to what you're saying though. Is there a joke like? And
Right.
that's always like the number one thing that I always make sure I do. Like I opened with I told them I was like, it's good to be in West Hollywood, and I said I go usually the only time you guys are welcoming to me is when it's Pride and you want my money. And
How little they know about you.
That got some laughs, and I go, no, I like it. I go, you guys like my money, and I like your identity crisis. And I mean, I had like people in that park laughing, and it was just after that though, you start digging in a little deeper, and then it's just like, okay, it's not, move on to something else, and it's like, no, I'll let you know when I'm done. Like,
It's very fair weathered what they want to.
yeah, like how many times have you seen me at a mic make fun of somebody straight, or like just openly hit on somebody straight, and it just.
So for the listeners, this Mike, was it the Saturday or the Wednesday one at Cole's? You went up last and had everybody in fucking tears because you were saying to this one straight kid, I'm going to have you sitting on my face by the end of the night. And it was It was assault on him. He was gonna sit on your face, and he would have been assaulted by that. He would have been uncomfortable about like.
But that's the thing though, is it's can we laugh at it? Can we have fun with it? And it feels like I said, I remember coming out of Blazing Saddles and people were like,
"Oh, you're 104?"
No, like they showed it at the ArcLight. They showed it at the ArcLight.
I remember coming out of the screening for Blazing Saddles. And nobody noticed the N-word thing then. Now, yeah, it does seem a bit much. At the time, it wasn't even the biggest N-word movie in the year.
No, so Liberace's painting me on his piano. But it was a screening they did at the ArcLight, and people were legitimately coming out of that movie going, "Is it just me, or is like just blatant racism not funny anymore?"
Oh God!
And I heard somebody say that, and I was like,
I mean, it's still funny.
I've said it over and over and over again. I was like, do you know how bad white people get it in Blazing Saddles? Like,
Yeah.
How many times is it alluded to that they're fucking cattle? Like they talk about it, and then even in the middle of their church, there's like cattle that runs through. In the salons, there's cattle. There's like livestock. They're there.
Salons?
Yeah, there you go. But it's no,
getting
not
out
salon,
of hand.
saloon.
You said salons.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah, you
saloons.
said salons.
All right, sorry. There you go.
It's a word I hate
That was a
saying.
real hair-raising experience.
But also to say like, "Ooh, is it blatant racism not funny?" It's like, yeah, when it's not in the context of a comedy movie,
Yeah.
but when it's like, "Hey, this movie is meant for laughs and to make fun of shit, and so anything we say here is not real or serious."
Exactly.
Then, in that case, yes, blatant racism can be hilarious.
Do you remember the gay guys dancing at the end?
Yes.
Where
and
it's just so.
which I thought they did get some laughs out of, but like once they like break the whole fourth wall and they go
yeah.
into the like, I go, now you just couldn't figure out a way to end the movie. That's what that is. Monty Python did that a lot.
All
and
the
they're just
time.
like, we couldn't, Hey, we wrote Holy Grail. I don't know what you want from us. Hey,
Me and Jake Cannon would always laugh at. There's a line where Dom DeLuise is playing that very gay director, and he's just going, no, 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 no. And he goes, here, one more time. And he goes, watch me, faggots. And I, like, even at the time, my boyfriend at the time watched that, and he fucking died. And I would say that to anybody. I would say that to anybody. Watch me, faggots. I don't know.
That was like, when's the last time you saw European Vacation 2? That's a great, like,
Oh, God, yeah.
smash. I haven't seen it in years.
seen
And, like,
it.
they smash everybody. Like, they make, for, like, they make fun of Europeans and then they make fun of Americans and, like, every fucking race and culture. It's just the whole fucking movie is just, like a fucking bitch slap of, like, every culture. It was great. I was like, oh, my God, I missed this shit. Like, it was a dumb Americans joke and then a dumb Europeans joke. And it's like, everyone got it equally. I was like, why the fuck can't we do this anymore?
Well, that's why Blazing Saddles is great. And that's actually annoying that like people are like,
well, it's great because it was written by Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
all the whatever
Yeah.
racist shit in it, you go, hey, the black guy who grew up in a brothel wrote that, so take it up with him.
but also like, dude,
Who used to fuck Paul Mooney?
And Linda Blair. Oh, no, that was Rick James. Sorry.
And apparently Blue Brando.
Yeah, allegedly. On film.
Wait.
60 millimeter.
I don't know
Pryor?
if it was him. Yeah.
yeah,
Because I'd heard of
Pryor was by.
Brando fucking that dude in Cuba, that guy from Godfather.
Oh, wow, really?
The
Guy
guy,
called Superman.
Superman.
Superman from Godfather. Apparently, Brando would take trips down to Cuba to go fuck that guy.
Wow, really?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Huh.
Those worlds colliding. I didn't know that.
I believe it.
Damned.
He was in Godfather.
Brando
It's
fucking-
not really worlds colliding.
No,
eh?
it was-
Well,
No,
that was
it was in
Godfather
two.
2, though.
True, but you don't think he came
Years
to
later.
set?
I didn't know that was a real guy because then you never see his
that way,
car.
Oh, that's a real guy. It's a real guy.
Yeah.
He's got a fucked up story too.
Joey talks about him all the time.
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
really?
Yeah. Let's get back to this. So, yeah, one thing I did want to say too, though, is like fucking 10 years in. One thing I respect about you, dude, is how you do handle yourself.
Oh, God,
Not
I'm
the way
sorry
you
about
handle
this
your
guy.
fucking dog, but how you handle your.
Terrible. He is getting. It's what it is he's so fucking.
He's really
tired.
wound up.
He's
Oh, is
not
he?
wound up. He's like overtired now, and he just doesn't know what to do.
Oh.
I just want him to go to sleep.
That's like the Versus audiences, but
Go on. What were you saying? I know how to handle myself.
At least they can leave.
sorry.
No, that's one thing that I've loved about you. I mean, what is your preferred venue? What were you doing before the pandemic in terms of comedy shows? Because to me, you were a guy that got booked like a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it was out here. It was tough. Like it was because I did a year on the road. I lived in a bus for a year between Boston and moving here, and so I that was all just like all over the country every night of the year. And once I moved here, it was a lot of once a month or so going back to one of those rooms to headline and then trying to break through into whatever shit here. So I was doing like late night of the Improv a lot. I'd start getting booked for that, and then
That's
you
good
know,
though.
all
I mean,
these
that's,
shows from here to San Diego, and bar shows and shit like that.
You were one of the guys that like especially with the pandemic, there were people that you would see consistently that were just trying to get up and do mics.
Yeah,
And I always respected you because you were one of those guys, and that's how we got to be friends. I was like, this guy's super fucking funny, and here he is doing a backyard. Here he is doing a fucking hole in the wall. Here he is doing like all these different shows. That's one thing that I really did like about the pandemic.
well, especially
was-
during this time, it was just like get up wherever you can.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
it became like the things I stopped doing the quickest. One, I only did like 3 Zoom things, I think I did 6, and it was 2 weekends for a club back in Boston that I'd started at, and I didn't. Look,
It's the worst.
plus the comedy I do, if you're not in the room, it doesn't translate real well. No. But the thing I stopped doing as quick as I could was the just for cars. Like any show that was like,
Oh,
they're
that
in their
sounds terrible.
cars
Yeah.
and shit. Like I was like, let's do outside, but I want to be in fucking person,
Yeah.
right?
That's like a step above fucking Zoom shows.
Hey,
Cars. Whoop, there it goes.
he's just gotten
That
crazy.
dog's fucking wild.
I know. Yeah, have some water. That's your problem. You're fucking dehydrated. But I don't know if you notice this. I've noticed it for sure. Going back to doing real shows in front of real people, it's been the people who have come out in the past year are the people who don't fucking care and don't give a fuck.
Yep.
And then when real people start coming back out, and some joke has been killing for a year, and you idiot. Hey,
Just talking to Mitch.
yeah.
Good thing he bumped his head with that helmet on, Mitchell.
Because, so I, for
Brought it
example,
from an audience member from his last show.
That explains the pinwheel on it.
no. For example, so this is the joke I've had that has gone increasingly less well.
Whoa.
Hey. He doesn't. He knows he's not supposed to come up and bite me. Is this joke that is... I saw a woman on Twitter put that it's racist and misogynistic to call women Karens. So back to cunt it is. And that the first half of pandemic and as there were outdoor shows happening, but that were only being populated by people who were like willing to go out to shit.
Like Defiant, yeah.
Yeah, would
Defiant,
kill. Would fucking kill.
Yeah.
Now that it's being opened up to more and more people, I see more and more people go like,
That's a great joke.
that's why I go, I don't
great
fucking
joke.
care what you fucking,
Yeah.
like that's on paper that works out.
Yeah.
You
Back to-
I love that this episode is just, this is what's great. We've said some,
Profound.
totally profound PC stuff tonight.
Yeah.
And hopefully all of the audio will be ruined by Monty. So many people 2 minutes in will be like unlistenable, and they'll never get to anything we said, and that'll be that. It's kind of genius, and that.
That's why you bring him just in case. How bad do you want me as a guest?
I've actually been giving him secret signals the whole time, like ruin this.
Oh shit. Well, anyways, man, I think you're a fucking badass comic. One good thing on the pandemic is, like I said, I got to do shows with you, and I want to promote Chirp and Turf because that show was so much fucking fun.
Please do. We have month and a half of it left there.
Okay.
In the outdoor venue. If you just go to Chirp and Turf on Instagram, if you're in the LA area, we have until September 9th booked out doing 6:30 and 8 o'clock shows in Burbank on Thursday nights.
Great comics.
All of them, yeah. We only booked pretty much 4 people to do 10 to 15, and then maybe a guest spot or 2. But we really want like good comics to have time to like stretch out, and then we're gonna move indoors, and we're hoping to be at one of the clubs come the fall and stuff. But we
Flappers?
Wow, really?
yeah, one of the clubs, Flappers, shooting for that yoo-hoo room.
You don't want the Joe Menente formula of 127 comics doing fucking 8 minutes apiece? That's not successful?
Dude, anytime I have become, when I get booked for a show now,
Why won't anybody book me?
I mean,
Don't book me.
you always go, you're like, hey, I'm happy to, especially if it's in town, and you're like, I'm not spending money to get there. I'm happy to do anything. But you'll get booked for a show, and then you'll get included on this text chain or like Instagram messaging chain of everybody on the show, and then you go, how many people are on this fucking show?
How's my data's gone for the month?
I know, but then you like click on like members of this group chat, and you're like 14. And then you get the lineup, and you're like 10, 10, 10. And there are 14 people doing 10 minutes each.
You're just apologizing to people. Don't buy a ticket to this.
Yeah.
No, when your opening line is, well, you guys stuck around. That's always.
It goes so late, you start hearing those weird birds chirping that you only hear when you're getting home at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, what the fuck is going on? I've never heard that thing before.
So Chirp and Turf.
Chirp and Turf. Just go look at it on Instagram. You can buy tickets.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome stuff. And to my right,
At Mitchell Verzi. At Verzi Triplets will be in St. George, Utah, August 12th and 13th with Willie Mack. It'll be a good time. And on TikTok and all that shit. So
I'm sure people have asked you. You guys aren't related to Paul Verzi, are you?
no relation.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I wish that helped.
yeah, me too.
That is, look, I love him.
We're more shameless.
I love him and Burr's podcast, but dude, shoot a little higher.
Yeah. We try to be modest. Yeah.
No, you don't.
You know,
all right.
by our framed jerseys in the back.
We know you, and the 5 people that listen to this podcast fucking me hear you. So on my left,
Luke Allen and Uncle Luke 2 on Instagram, live from the 405 podcast, free on iTunes and shit.
right on. And I am going to be at the Brea Improv. This is going to be, I'm going to be with Josh Potter.
Oh.
He is the headliner. Get tickets to that.
That'll
It's
be
gonna
a dope show. That'll be a sweet lineup, man.
did you ever hear about the thing? If it's Segura did at an airport.
No.
They were just standing there, and like you know how they're like anybody who needs help getting on can board first. And he was just standing by Potter, and Segura just goes, "Hey, this guy needs help."
Are you serious? Oh my god. Poor Josh.
No, he was like,
Yeah,
he just
I know.
stood there
I know Josh doesn't give a shit.
and didn't say anything. And by not saying anything, they're like, he totally needs help. He definitely, this guy can't even speak.
I talked to him. I am on the podcast one time, and I was like, "So legally, can you drive?" And he goes, "Legally? Oh yeah." And he goes, "Oh yeah, but should I?" He's the only guy that ever talked to me. He's like, "You should try these extends." Like he had a little bottle, and I was like, "I don't really need it." And he looks at me and he goes, "Need it?" He goes, "Does Mark McGuire need to hit home runs?" And he goes, "No, he doesn't because it's awesome." And I mean, Josh will talk. He will talk you into any like. I don't know if I should do it. Oh well, why wouldn't you? Yeah. Like it's completely.
You know, if I could see like you could, I'd be doing it. Like, no, I think about it like that.
Oh yeah, he's headlining that show. He's fucking incredible. I can't wait. Josh is really kicking some ass.
What day is it?
That is going to be July 29th.
Oh shit, coming up Thursday.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a Thursday.
What time?
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So, anyways, I'll have more flyers and I'll be posting more stuff about that. Josh is really kicking some ass. Handren, what else have you got coming up?
Oh, when does this come out?
Oh boy.
Well, the last one came out on time. Monday or Tuesday? Wait, what's today? Okay, so
12th.
that'll be...
Today's the 12th. The
That'll
19th or the
be-
20th or the,
Yeah.
August 25th.
117.
Wednesday or Thursday of
I
next
have-
month.
One every Thursday is Turbanderv. I also have no fucking idea. But if you follow me on Instagram, Handren Seavey, HANDREN SEAVEY, and then it's just handrenseavey.com. Like all my dates, you can find them through there.
What's your name? Are you named after anybody?
Handren. Well, my full name's Jordan William Handren Seavey, and I think 3-4
That name
years
sounds
ago-
like royalty. Are you royalty?
No, it's more like it's one of those white trash things of like keep giving them names, like because Jordan's the last name, William is the last name. Those are like great grandfather's last names, and then Handren's my mom's maiden name, Seavey's my dad's
Oh.
last
So
name.
it's
But
all last names.
all last names.
You dress like you make moonshine.
I made beer, but I would make some moonshine. But Handren is a Scottish name that was shortened from Handerhand when they came over here. When they did that to fucking everybody, which I love. We should do more of that.
Yeah.
It's cut it
just-
short.
There's some names out there we could still fucking cut short.
Yeah.
Like, why not? I can't believe we still let people in, like Galifianakis.
You're going after everybody. Is
I'll
that
take
you
him down
fucking
to-
animal.
I don't know no better, so let's blame the weather. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. Well, my music's rolling, I'm on to that kick and swing, and I put Zeppelin on when I feel the blues. I put Zeppelin on when I feel the blues.